What does this mean to have a job? Is this about money that we get at the end of the day or end of the week or the month or the year for the work that we do? Or is this something beyond that? Some promotion, higher salary, greater position in a few years from now. So is this job a career, or this is something even beyond that? Is it about the purpose? Is it about the meaning? Is it about a capacity to give something, to help a problem get resolved, or to bring happiness to somebody else? Let's talk about this. Welcome to a new episode on Sadhana World Foundation. As you know, we pick up subjects from our day-to-day lives and connect them with our ancient texts. In the recent series of students going from the campus to the workplace, we have spoken about various aspects already. We spoke about the transition, we spoke about preparing the mind for this transition, we spoke about integrity, we spoke about the need for continuous learning, the need for putting efforts rather than focusing on outcomes, and so on. Today we will pick up another dimension of this movement from the campus to the workplace. During the student life are working hard for a good degree, good marks, good certificate. Once they get into the job, they have the challenge of meeting day-to-day targets, goals, tasks to be completed, quality to be maintained, and so on. So after some time, they get promoted, they get some money, higher prestige, better recognition in their friend circle, in the society that they live. But a time comes when the question comes and rings their mind, what am I doing? It feels so empty. Is it that I have to follow a particular routine from 9 to 5 or 10 to 6 or whatever? And then what do I get? Suddenly a sense of emptiness comes into our life. Let me bring up a story from Katha Upanishad about a boy called Nachiketa. You will see a great degree of similarity between what's happening in Nachiketa's mind and a young professional who has left the campus, started his job at a workplace. Nachiketa was curious. Once he was asking many questions to his father. Father was frustrated. Father said, go to the god of death and ask him. So Nachiketa reached apparently Yama, the god of death. And he kept waiting, persevered until Yama meets him in person and answers his questions. The god of death, Yama, was impressed with the sincerity of this boy. Nachiketa asked him meaning of this life, because that's what he was chasing. So Yama says, no, you are a little boy, you don't have to really worry about all these things. You ask me something else, I am willing to give it to you. Why do you want to confuse your mind about all those deeper philosophical questions? Nachiketa said, no, this is what I have come for. So Yama tries to influence, tries to impress upon this boy that I will give you wealth, I will give you long life, I will give you all kind of pleasures that you can think of in this world. I will give you anything that you are asking for, but let's not get into this meaning of life, the purpose of life and all of this. But Nachiketa was very clear. He said that I don't need any of these. I want to understand. I want to have the knowledge of meaningfulness of this life. Of course, the Katha Upanishad then explains the conversation between Yama and Nachiketa. But the point here is that all of it is given to Nachiketa, but Nachiketa doesn't want to accept that. Because in our modern life, probably all that Yama was offering him was like a great job, was like high pay, was like social status, was like all various kind of pleasure that people chase on day-to-day life. Yet life remains empty after some period of time. So people want to leave one job and join another, hoping that that purpose and that meaning will be satisfied, because grass is always greener on the other side. So ladies and gentlemen, my dear children, what Katha Upanishad teaches us is not a lesson in isolation. Many of our ancient texts talk about this. Look at Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it talks about a concept called Nishkama Karma, which means, can you consider the work that you do as an offering to somebody at a very, very high level that you are not able to see and feel, but you are able to think about him? Through this story of Katha Upanishad, the conversation between Nachiketa and Yama, we learn that the real purpose of work is much beyond the wealth, the position, the pleasures, the satisfaction of achieving something. It's about doing something for the others. I may be a cook, a plumber, an electrician, an engineer, or a doctor. Every kind of job has got a purpose behind it. Only when I discover that purpose, then life becomes so very meaningful. The emptiness doesn't creep in. The feeling of looking for something bigger becomes gradual, and one really works at it by continuous learning, by integrity, by experimentation, and so on. So it's not about what I get, it's about what I have the privilege of giving. I have the privilege of giving happiness to somebody. I have the privilege of educating somebody. I have the privilege of changing someone else's life. I have the privilege of bringing smile to someone's face, and so on. This world can become such a wonderful place. Our homes, our families, our schools, colleges, workplaces, factories, roads, buildings, project sites can become such happy places that we can't even imagine. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear children, think about this. Think about the larger purpose behind anything that we do. I look forward to the 8th episode in this series of transitioning from campus to the workplace.